Hey everybody, Tim Haslow here. You're probably getting sick of hearing from me, um, but here's the deal. Um, this was a political prosecution from the get-go. This says January 6th written all over it. This is craziness, total ludicrousy. You can you can tip over cars, you can firebomb buildings, you can uh, burn up Tesla dealerships, you can beat people to the ground, you can spit and throw rocks at police, and you get no charges pressed against you. But you're the chairman of the Republican Party. You support Trump. You're a patriot. You believe in your nation and your country and the democracy and the Constitution. And they throw the book at you. They throw the book at you. So today I was convicted of 2 felonies for not wearing a mask. It all stemmed from not wanting to put on a face mask. First of all, it never should have been a law to begin with. It wasn't a law. Never should have been a rule to begin with. The auditor, in my opinion, and I still believe this, didn't have and does not have the authority to institute that rule. And we weren't even allowed to argue that in the trial today. We weren't even allowed to argue that. Well, actually, the trial went for 3 days, but in the trial that we just finished today, we weren't even allowed to argue that. We weren't allowed to bring up the fact that other people in the ballot room, i.e. workers, were in the ballot room without masks on for extended periods of time. They would take their masks down and talk to each other across the tables about ballots. They would talk on the phone with their masks off. Not to mention, even when they took a break back in the break room, they all had their masks off. So are they is it more dangerous to have your mask off when you're sitting next to a person in the ballot counting room? Or is it more dangerous when you're sitting next to 4 or 5 people in the break room having lunch? I don't know. I'm just posing the question. So yeah, this is what's going on, guys. This is 100% lawfare. There's no question about it. We weren't allowed to bring up masks. Political banks, biased banks, he was allowed to bring up masks, and he pushed for us not to be able to bring up masks, but he brought it up. He asked the sheriff if he was wearing a mask, and he said he wasn't. He asked if the deputy was wearing a mask. He said he wasn't. He asked if anybody else was not wearing a mask, and he said, as far as he knows, I can't remember his exact words, but he said, I don't think so. And then when we tried to bring up the workers that weren't wearing masks, or anybody else who wasn't wearing a mask, we were objected, chastised, and shut down. They objected to our statements. We were chastised and shut down. When we weren't even allowed to bring up the political bias of the prosecutor, where the prosecutor wishes death on Trump supporters and conservatives, likens us to the KKK. Which, I mean, this guy is he's certified, bro. He is 100% totally certified whack job. Left-leaning loony, wants to screw everything conservative whack job. I bet you if I'd have freaking burned up a Tesla with a black hoodie on my head, he wouldn't have cared. Wouldn't have said a damn thing. But no, I didn't wear a mask. Didn't wear a mask. And that's what this all comes down to. So we're filing some appeals. We are filing for some stays on the sentencing and the conviction. We already have a civil suit going on. This is all happening simultaneously. And I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm running out of money. I'm running out of the ability to fight. And that's what they do. They wear you down. They use you up until there's nothing left, and then they just spit you out in some jail somewhere, and you sit there and rot for a while. So this is a plea. I got to appeal this. We got to win this civil suit. We have to expose these left loony prosecutors, and yeah, we just got to work hard, guys. Because if they can do that to me, I mean, I've held a high clearance my whole life with the military and the DOD. I've never been in trouble. I've served my nation and my country with pride, and I still have pride in my nation and my country. And I still plan on serving it. But if they can do that to a guy like me, They can do it to anybody. Well, what's the old term? Show me the man and I'll show you the crime. You committed 3 to 5 felonies a day or today. The average person commits 3 to 5 felonies a day and doesn't even know it. So any prosecutor at any moment and any time can just reach out and grab you and say, you're going to be held accountable for something you didn't even know you did. Didn't even know you did. So, and God forbid you resist some crazy freaking rule that some wacko low-level politician made. God forbid you resist that, because then you'll be in real trouble, like me. And so I'm fighting, fight, right? But I'm pleading as well. I'm pleading for your help. If you're on this website, or if you're going to go to the website, the Give, Send, Go website, type in Hazelo, Hazelo, mask mandate. There's a lot of ways to search it up. I'll try and put a link in underneath in the description, and we'll just keep fighting. We'll just keep fighting. I'm going to need a whole team of lawyers at this point in time, and we're looking at $100,000 more on top of the 20 I already spent, and that doesn't even include the other lady that they're charging, the other conservative. There's one more conservative, Tracy Abel. She was my vice chair when I was the chairman of the Republican Party when all this went down. The only 2 people being charged with anything that has to do with this election. Yeah, both conservatives in Blue Island County, Washington State. A disaster of a freaking state when it comes to politics. Man, it's heaven out here if it wasn't for the politics. So hopefully you guys can help out. I don't like making really long videos. This is pushing 7 minutes now. I love you guys. I feel more for my wife and kids and family than I do for me, because I'm a fighter. I can take it. I'll go out there and duke it out with anybody. But they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to feel the way they feel. They shouldn't have to feel the way they feel. So God bless you. God bless America. Have a great night. Reach out. I answer all questions. I answer all emails. expandedvision20@gmail.com. I answer Facebook pages. If you know a national media person that is willing to pick this up and we can run with it, because I do believe this is news. This is news. Convicted of a felony, facing 6 years in prison for not wearing a mask. This is news. So Tim Hazelo signing off. Hope to hear from you soon. Have a great evening.